Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by Magi-Knights Awakening. This is a Super Sentai magical girl inspired tabletop role-playing game where you confront mythos-like horrors. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by Dead Tree Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop role-playing game where you play as monster girls experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released Daughters of Lamb. This is a pay-what-you-want tabletop role-playing game where you get to play as cybernetic nuns with guns, looking for the missing pieces of their AI god. You will find it in their website. The links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products. They have recently released Savage Swords. This is a Conan-inspired role-playing game where you get to explore ancient civilizations and confront forgotten nightmares. You will find that in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Now let me maximize myself. Where am I? Oh, here. Here we go. Aha. Today, I am continuing the Dragonbane solo tutorial actual play campaign. I am actually starting the last mission in this campaign, included in the Dragonbane box set. I'm a bit worried about my character, Garman the Reckless, because he is a fighter, but mostly on the stealth side, which means that as long as I have the prep time, the stealth, the sneakiness, I can conquer most battle situations. But in a direct confrontation, he is at a disadvantage. It's not impossible for him. If you haven't seen the other parts of the campaign, please check out the playlist. You will see that he has outclassed various foes, but it's still very risky. It's almost a flip of the coin. Almost. So if this last mission requires my character to fight some sort of powerful enemy, oh, unless there are some, like I said, some advantages that I can use for the stealth, it's going to be very difficult. My other character, the Mallard Knight, he was much better at fighting and he ended up dying. So let's see how what happens to Garman the Reckless. As always, I am going to make it as clear as possible when I am playing the role of Garman and when I am playing the interpretation of the game master on the game master side of things. All right, and so it begins. As Garman continues his path, he remembers the words of Ingolfur, the old wolf king. We must reforge the world breaker anew into a weapon of light. It shall be cast in the fires of the breach and quenched in the blood of the soul tree. Orcs of Monaduk have an outpost in the molten wastes. There dwells Garuk, who serves his clan as a talented weaponsmith. Seek his aid, and ye shall wield a mighty weapon against demonkind. As Garman continues his path through the Deepfall Bridge, the words of the old Wolf King haunt him once more. Great iron rods, plunged into the stone of the bridge, serve ye as a descent into the depths. I see the chittering shadow of many lips, and eyes hungering for prey. Climb quickly to avoid the spider's hunt. As Garman, I look at the obstacle in front of me, seeking out a way to navigate safely without the vermin, the oversized vermin, noticing my presence. I roll awareness. Garman can see a section unprotected with fewer obstacles. The route is easy enough to traverse while avoiding nooks, crannies, caves, and crevices that could give away Garman's presence. I roll sneaking with a boon. Garman quickly and easily makes his way through this section of the cavern and continues his journey. As Garman, I quickly step through a dark tunnel that is devoid of light from the holes in the ceiling. I light a torch and proceed deeper with cautious steps, generating the next section. Inhabited outpost. I roll for the number of improvised weapon. 1. Crevice. I roll to determine the number of details. 2 details. Contents. Environment. I roll to determine the content. Breach the doorway. I roll to determine the environment. Chilling cold. Garman exits the tunnel and sees before him an outpost made out of wooden planks and stone. There is a doorway completely collapsed. Two ancient stone doors lie shattered on the far end of the large cavern housing these inhabited outposts. The entire area is freezing. As Garmin can see, blue sigils painted around the cavern and making quick steps around the entire outpost. A group of goblins infest the cavern. As Garmin, I prepare my spear and look around to see if there is a wooden structure that is flammable enough nearby. I roll on the oracle fortune chart to determine if that is so. The wood nearby, due to the cold and the humidity, looks extremely difficult to light on fire. As Garman, I attempt to ascertain if there are other bonfires or torches nearby. I roll on the fortune chart. There is no light source whatsoever nearby. Some of the goblins carrying small torches too far away from Garman. The danger die goes up by one. As Garman, I shield my own torch, almost extinguishing it completely, leaving only embers. As I move, hiding behind the wooden and stone structures, attempting to hide my presence from the goblins. I roll sneaking with a bait. As Garman continues his path, the goblins are completely unaware of his presence. The stone and wood providing enough cover for him to safely traverse the cavern and make it to the side of the collapsed doorway. As Garman, without losing a single second, I hastily proceed through the doorway, making as little noise as possible. And this concludes the session. Wow, I was really nervous. I'm glad I obtained those results and I could work with some of the pieces of the environment. I think the part with the skittering creatures, the spiders, was the most dangerous. The giant spiders here in Dragonbane, they are so tough. But the goblins, it was also risky, but I think I would have had a bit more of a chance surviving a fight with with the goblins compared to the spiders. That's why I decided to roleplay instead of asking questions. I looked around to assess the environment. And I found that section where I could move through quite easily. So thank you for watching this session. Um, Next week this will continue, of course. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the super thanks button. Take a look at the information in the description, the pinned comment, like, subscribe. This has been your host, Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you and see you later.